I got to tell you, I'm a little excited today. Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is salmon. I got to tell you, I'm a little excited today. Really excited because, I work really hard trying to educate people on real wild salmon versus farmed salmon. And there's a lot of people that just don't understand, a lot of restaurants that don't understand, a lot of stores that don't understand. And I've been in a battle with this store, this local store in Middletown, New York. It's called Red Berry Farm, as you can see here right now. It used to be called Middletown Farm. I'm not sure if it changed ownership or just changed their name back, or what had happened. You can see the Aldi's right next door to it. But I've been going in this store for 4 or 5 years. I don't buy much in here at all, but I'm interested to see, what's out there on the market. And I have bought, 1 or 2 things here and there. But today I went in looking at their wild salmon because I was told once again last week by somebody this place has wild salmon. Now, I've been in a battle with them because I don't believe they have wild salmon at all. As you can see here, Wild King New Zealand salmon, $17.99 a pound. Look at the salmon there. Folks, that is farmed salmon. That's not wild salmon. You're looking at these, see all the big fat lines in here. And every time I've come into the store to talk to them about this, I usually get a nasty reply. I'm usually told I don't know what I'm talking about. They tell me I'm crazy. They tell me to get out of the store. I've been told to get out of the store here because I'll take pictures with my camera. So today, I must have gotten the guy in a good mood, and I started taking pictures first, and I said, somebody told me of wild salmon here, and he goes, this is all wild. And he's pointing to the Norway, he's pointing to the New Zealand. Folks, Norwegian salmon is not wild. It's from the Atlantic Ocean. The only place that you can get true wild, commercially caught, not sport caught. Yeah, you can go up to the St. Lawrence and sport catch some salmon. But commercially caught wild salmon does not exist from the Atlantic Ocean, except for 1 or 2 small pockets in Scotland. And that's it. There's not enough of that to go around, and it's super, super expensive. Pacific is where the wild salmon comes from. It comes from abundantly from Alaska. It comes down the British Columbia coast and into Washington and Oregon, all the way down to California, Northern California, though. You can get some troll-caught stuff there. So, folks, today the guy actually listened to me, and I pointed and I pulled up my phone and I showed him pictures on the internet of what wild salmon looks like compared to farmed salmon. And I showed him these massive fat lines that are in the salmon that they have there. And then I explained to them, I brought up articles and showed them about Norwegian salmon is not wild and how actually toxic Norwegian salmon is. Norwegian salmon, Faroe Island salmon, Scottish salmon, this stuff, a lot of the advocacy groups are saying, don't eat this stuff more than once a month. It's really bad for you. So the guy, I'm super ecstatic right now. The guy listened to me. He took down the labels there. He actually took down the labels and he goes, I'm going to change this. He goes, this is what they've been telling me at the market. He goes, when we go to pick it up at the market, he goes, they're telling me it's wild salmon. And I said, well, wild salmon's not in season right now, first of all, so you can't get wild salmon. New Zealand salmon is a farmed salmon industry. Yeah, they might have put some wild salmon there years ago to see if they would populate. New Zealand was the only other place, I think, in the Southern Hemisphere that New Zealand salmon or wild salmon actually took. But there's not much of them there. It's a farmed salmon industry in New Zealand. Salmon is a northern hemisphere fish. It's from the northern hemisphere. It likes cold water. And Alaska being the most predominant place and the best catches of wild salmon. So if you see Atlantic salmon on anybody's menu, wild Atlantic salmon, it's not wild, folks. It's farmed salmon. So now here's the trick, or here's going to be the test. I wonder if Red Berry Farms is actually going to really switch this, or if the guy was just appeasing me while I was there. But again, this is the best conversation I've ever had with him at this place. Across the street at Mr. Sushi, down the road, I've had a conversation with him. He was very open about it. He's apologized for making that mistake. But then I was told later, and I've seen later on his menu during the winter, that he's serving wild salmon. So I'm not really sure how well, or maybe he really is serving wild salmon now. Maybe he went to his vendor and said, hey, I need wild salmon. Now, wild salmon has a specific season. The season's winding down. It's over right now. You can buy wild salmon. So there's nothing wrong with the place buying wild frozen salmon. You can buy frozen wild salmon right now all year long. There's nothing wrong with that. So when you go to a restaurant and you're getting wild salmon, if they're saying it's wild salmon, ask them if it was previously frozen. If they told you no, it comes in fresh, you know they're lying, and they're lying until the end of April, beginning of May, when the river run season starts. And yeah, there might be very, very few little pockets of wild troll caught ocean salmon during the winter through Alaska, but that's very, very sporadically, and it's expensive. What I tell people is go to the website for Pike Place Market, check that out, see if they have really fresh wild salmon there, and they'll tell you if it's previously frozen or if it's thawed wild salmon. But if they don't have wild salmon, folks, at Pike Place Market, fresh wild salmon, it's not in season because they're the ones who get it first. Pike Place Market in Seattle, that's that famous market. There was that show where they were throwing fish, 10, 20, 30 feet, and they were catching it. That's that place. I've actually been there, seen that done, see them throw the fish, and I've been there in June when wild salmon is everywhere in that market. I don't think they even have farm salmon at that point in that market. So, Red Berry Farm, let's hope you guys keep it straight there and not mislead any more guests. I'm just so ecstatic that they actually listened to me today, and that's it. Folks, it's up to you to speak up. Speak up at places. Let them know that you care. Let them know that you know. Let them know that you make a difference. Just ask questions where the stuff comes from. And if you have any questions, leave a comment on my blog, email me, tweet me, and I will happily do some research. That's how I've done a lot of these videos, and I've uncovered a lot of people that are actually misleading people because of you, my viewers, that will send me information. I've gotten some really bad emails over the years, like where employers are like, man, I'm working at this place and the guy's buying regular chicken and he's putting it out as organic chicken and he's charging organic chicken prices, and it's all, but a lot of these employees have said to me, but I don't want to say anything publicly because I'll lose my job. I just got another email just recently about another guy that's working at a place that said, man, they're lying with what they're serving here, and they're getting away with it, and it's driving me crazy. So yeah, it's amazing what people will do, folks. It's amazing, and they're just relying upon us just to believe them. But don't believe them. Question all the time. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please give it a like, thumbs up, share it, subscribe. You know the deal.